We've just gone live, and I'm going to tell a little bit of a story. You guys want to back me up for what you guys remember of the incident? But what was it? I had this grand Oyoso scheme. Now we've had a bit of family stuff going on with the wife's father going into hospital with a heart attack. So I've been on and off, on and off, on and off, doing random things. And yesterday, I really wanted to get a Reaper over the last 3 days. So I started making safe places in what everyone's calling the anus on Gen 2, and it's literally a horrible door with teeth and lots of flesh, and yeah, it's not a great place to live over there on Gen 2. That one area. Gen 2 itself is great. I love Gen 2. So we also had these Maywings get born. Jamie hatched 4 Maywings, and they ate every bit of food in the base. And well, look at this. It's already gone down 20 stacks in the trough. So they ate every bit of food in off the nanny and killed Dan's gigas because they starved to death. It was quite horrifying, but that happened. One of them was mutated blue though, so I've gone to the point today of getting a brand new one. And then I hatched out 2 more of the blue ones, and they're Viking colors. Very happy with that. But yeah, just so everybody knows, Maywings eat an insane amount. Like Gigas. Gigas got nothing on Maywings.
Neither do pigs.
They're Daedons. Daedons eat a lot as well. All the stuff is Jamie's. So the story time will include some horrible things happening to Jamie. So I have some Reaper pheromones. Now, I was over there for quite a long time building the first base in the naval area. What do you call Rockwell's Inner? So I built this base in Rockwell's Inner, and then I moved on and I said, hey, do you want to join me over here, Jamie, so you can see where the Reapers come from? So Jamie joins me over there, and we push forward to build a second base deeper inside Rockwell's Inner. And the second base was not too bad. For anyone who's been inside Rockwell's Inner, it's actually quite terrifying. You get constantly attacked. The summoners are definitely the worst, by far. The summoners are so bad. So we get constantly attacked. It's stressful. And we decide that we're going to grab some turrets, some steel spikes. We're going to do a heap of extra stuff for the second base. I've left the Volanosaurs over there that we brought over as well. We've got some natural turrets that don't run out of bullets. And so I transferred back over with my Spino, my Rex, my Giga again, and a bunch of stuff. And Jamie went to the base on Gen 2 and built a heap of extra stuff, which was like a Reaper trap and things like that. Now, I transferred back over and I had a good, 10 minutes up my sleeve, I think. And I came across a glitch Reaper. She was stuck in the ground. She was constantly attacking me through the ground, and I was using a Rex with an ascended saddle. And I was chomping her with my light pet and that, and I was making progress, hurting her. And I'm thinking, I've been chomping on this thing for a while, and all I'm seeing is her tail flick out of the ground every now and then. But I knew it was a Reaper because, Reaper Queens are pretty obvious to tell because they've got really sweet looking tails, they're a bit bigger. So you'd see her cracking out of the ground like a shark constantly. And then at one point, she'd pushed my Rex back, and she'd ripped herself out of the ground for a slight second where you saw just her back spinal cord coming out of the ground and coming out my Rex. And she was going red. I'm like, oh, okay, we're on. It's baby time if it could happen. And so I dragged her back to the base again around the spikes, and I was trying to get her to come out of the ground so I could watch keep an eye on her, keep an eye on if she's red, keep an eye on if she would grab me, blah, 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 blah. The wife was there watching me at the same time, and she's like, just jump off the Rex. So I jumped off the Rex, and the moment I hit E and jumped off the Rex, she grabbed me. Impregnated me under the ground, clipped out of existence. I have no idea what level she was. So I'm impregnated at that point, and she's gone because obviously she was already glitched under the ground, and so she just disappeared. So I pulled out my Giga and I started making my way out, but one summoner and another summoner and another summoner. All these summoners started coming after me hard, spawning so much crap behind me. I had another queen that I didn't want to kill in case Jamie really wanted to get impregnated as well. So I was leaving this queen alive, and she was biting my heels and wrecking me. And she ended up being level 95. But anyway, so eventually I come across Jamie on his Giga, coming down with the base. I come across him at the safe spot, and we meet on this like big fleshy bridge. And from my perspective, what happened was I was running for my dear life over the bridge, and I came across him on the other side of the bridge, and then I stopped on the other side of the bridge to regain stamina. And I looked around, and he's walked over the bridge, and he's standing in the middle, nearly on the other side. He's like, oh, I'm getting pushed. And I'm like thinking to myself, why'd you cross the bridge? That was a choice. You could have stayed on the safe side, but still, anyway. Bad things happened after that. He got pushed off. His Giga got pushed off, and he doesn't like using the Gen 2 tech suit, so he couldn't fly or anything. And then a Noglin jumped on top of his Rex, kicked him off, and as you know, Noglin's doing an insane amount of damage to the Gigas. Sorry, kicked him off the Giga. And so the Giga was getting hurt, and he died because he wasn't on top of the Noglin. He couldn't fly because he didn't have the Gen 2 tech suit. He was on the ground surrounded by shit. The summoners were still spawning crap constantly. So he died, and he respawned at the safe box, which was literally a few meters away from where the Giga was. And then I threw him at my Rock Drake instantly and said, go get your Giga, go get your corpse. And then I jumped off the bridge on top of his Giga and the Rock Drake, and I bit everything around him. But it was too late. The Giga died just as I landed and was biting everything around. And he had already died already. I don't know when he had died, but he had already died when I cleared everything out. I think it was when the Giga was dying or something. So now I was trapped at the bottom, surrounded by all the death sludge, with less than 10k health on my Giga as well. And I was like, wow, this is going really badly for me. So I managed to fight my way out of there from the bottom trenches. Now, if you haven't never been to the innards, it's just pools of these horrible saliva-looking crap everywhere that just hurts you and you hurts your tame by lots of health. And the summoners were still attacking constantly. So I picked up the Rock Drake, which was on very low health, and I walked out with my Giga. Now I got all the way back up to the ramp to get out of the innard area, which is the only place you can get out. I got out of this ramp. Oh, well, there was 3 places I could get out, but I needed to get away from the summoners too. But the only way to get out of the summoners was to make a direct line away from them. Anyway, so I got up on the thing, and now my Giga has 2k health. So I'm thinking to myself, well, there's not much more I can do. I'll walk it out, pop up my owl, and I'll start healing it and try to get it back up to half health, which I did, and then I came straight back down. So it was back to 9k-ish health, and I walked it back down. So in the meantime, he's lost his Giga. My Drake suddenly died. I gave him my Drake again. He went and got his corpse. Dan's popped up. Dan's here, so he can probably tell you his side of things. But Dan popped up, and at that point, I've chucked out my Spino. I've given him my Rock Drake so he can get his corpse back. And I just worked my way back to the entrance after helping him as much as I could get his stuff. And like by the time I got it outside again, it had like 1,100 health. So it was like touch and go keeping this Giga alive. Mind you, I did manage to drag a level 95 queen all the way outside of the place in case he wanted to tame it. So I was trying to keep this queen alive. Because that would have been a good baby, a level 95 plus 75 levels, 75 levels. Considering that it's an R Reaper, it would have been a really good baby. Anyway, so that's my side of what happened. Dan, you showed up and gave a hand. I know that you dashed across the map with a Maywing and rushed in there to get everything done. You there, Daniel?
Yeah.
So what happened to your side yesterday with the You probably heard me talking about how I was dealing with a glitch Reaper. You would have heard Jamie get into deep shit.
Yeah.
So what else did you hear?
Just kind of ran in there and grabbed everything. That's about it. Saved your Spino.
You did. I left it in there. Like, I didn't care whether it died because I was trying to help Jamie. Like, I really wanted to try to help Jamie as much as I could because I knew he was devoted over the loss of his Giga. By the way, I raised that Giga. So, and that Giga was Dan's egg. So, so it's kind of like bittersweet. But yeah, then he got out of the cave and he didn't want to go back in. But I found out personally the Gigas, you can't use them to tame the Reapers. They just do too much damage. Because there's a very low, very low sweet spot in the health where the Reaper Queen will go red. And the Gigas just do too much damage. So this is a mystery baby. I have no idea what level this one's going to be. I'm back on Fedora at my hatching room that I built. Back when I decided I wanted a Reaper in the first place. The first thing I did was build a hatching room. On the outside, that means the what do you want to call it? The anus. The anus is now very well off for people to go in and explore because it's got 2 bases in it that can be used for people to spawn in and to get their stuff, move around in. They're 100% safe to spawn into. The first base ran out of bullets. The second base has a turret, needs bullets. But yeah. You probably wouldn't want to run bullets there if you're taming queens anyway on the second base because the queens come right up to the base. But yeah, I would highly recommend not using, definitely highly recommend not using Gigas to try to tame Reapers. If you're going to tame them, use the Rexes with the Ascended Saddles, 100% better. 120% better. Their bite still does a lot of damage, but just not enough to straight up kill them.
And Rick over here, he's an island boy.
And Rick got Microraptored in midair by a very skillful Microraptor.
Yep. Very skillful. I think he was an assassin sent to kill me from the future.
And he hasn't been on since then. He's even uninstalled.
I don't need that toxicity in my life.
Get wrecked. Rage quit.
I want something better.
Nah. Those Microraptors came at you. You lose.
Yeah. Hard.
That technically makes them the best team in the game, considering they wrecked you so well.
I mean, he had to be following me for quite a while.
They can.
In the air.
As long as you don't de-render them, they can still be. They can do like mad swings. Have you ever seen the speed a Microraptor flies at? They're like probably faster than a Maywing.
I don't know about that, but I know he was just coming for me.
That Microraptor had its own volition.
He did. He was coming for me.
I've seen a Microraptor trying to hit me sometimes, and he swings around me in circles so fast that you barely see them. It's just like this Microraptor just spinning around you constantly. It's terrifying.
Microraptor might be an island boy.
Well, they stop being problems once you get a Rex, because generally they don't knock you off the back of the Rex, and if they do... You died to what?
Boom boom.
Boom boom boom. Say way-oh, way-oh.
Well, in less than a minute. Let's find out what color the Mystery Reaper is, shall we? I'm half expecting it to be level 0 because it was glitched under the map. Level 0 plus 75 levels. so it might be 75. Either way, though, a Reaper is a Reaper is a Reaper. They're fun to have.
You fill your body with meat?
No, I got pheromones. It won't eat me.
When it pops out of you, don't you insta-kill you?
Nah, it doesn't kill you. Just hurt you. Here we go. Oh, it's blood red. That's so cool.
Oh, you're not streaming.
I am streaming to YouTube.
130.
Oh.
So 130. So it was what,
Take
75?
away 70 levels.
75. Makes it a
It
45?
was a 60.
65?
It was a 60.
Little 65?
130 minus 70, 75.
Wow, it looks cool.
That's actually sick. The Reaper that bit you wasn't coloured. It must be mutation.
Oh, it could be mutated. Let's have a look.
No.
Can't tell.
Hell to the years there. Good job, Stuart.
It wasn't red anyway. It wasn't this color. Like the one that got me was not.
Not regular. She was just a
Yeah, she was just
regular
black
thing.
looking. She didn't even really have the art like the.
She's normal looking.
She didn't really have the stripes in her either. From what? Oh, you can't really tell though. She was under the ground.
We only got to see it for 3 seconds as she went 1, 2, and she's gone. Good job, Stuart.
I have to make sure it stays fed.
So it's a midway level. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's an entry level one.
You know?
It would have been level 75 probably, because level 75 plus level 75 makes it what? No, it would have been lower than that. Now there is an S plus nanny below me here. I'm hoping it does a good job of feeding it. I won't be able to know for a little bit though. Of course I forgot to cap that.
It's not terrible. It's not a terrible level. That's a great code accident.
It's great.
Perfect.
I'm happy with it. They're only a novelty pet really anyway. Like you can do some things with them, but there's still like nothing beats a Rexo in the Senate saddle. Great health, 7,600. Good stamina, good attacks. That's a good. More meat. It's gonna take it a little while to get 10%. That's for sure. I love his reflection in the metal there.
Luna,
But there you go, Dano. That's what the Reaper baby looks like. So you know the mum was definitely not red.
You work tomorrow, Rick?
Yep. 9 to 4.
9 in the morning?
Yep.
Damn. Rick, are you neglecting your doge?
No, she's just being a loop.
She neglected. No huggies at work.
Come on, get to a point where you can at least hold a few stacks of meat.
Oh.
I think my birthing room is a bit too big. I'm gonna have to convert it into something else now. Oh, 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 oh. 55. That's what, how big the mum was. She was little level 55.
Mashi Baba. Mashi Baba.
I don't know why I like these things so much. Probably because I like the movie Aliens a lot.
That is probably
Nothing
it.
with that to do with that game Alien vs Predator that you played a shit ton of.
Oh, Fire Team.
Why not?
They had a huge update the other day. They had like a 4 gig update. 5 gig update or something. When they
We
finally
need
added...
more customization. Different aliens.
Procedurally generated map would be nice.
Yeah, that would.
Wouldn't be hard to do these days as well. But like even Back 4 Blood could do a procedurally generated map too. You could do one.
Rick, call your dog.
Luna, what'd you do to her, Dan?
Call her.
Looney! What do you do?
Yeah, call her. She got something for you.
You know what?
Is it Mashibaba?
I don't think so.
You know, Rick, if the sodas are close to me, you could like call your dog over here and I could send you one.
You mean my diet ones that only? You actually
Put one in
gonna
her pouch and then you call Noonie back over to you
No.
and...
You actually gonna drink those?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Eight stacks of meat. Okay, platypus is out for raising the faint of heart. Holy crap, they eat some food.
That was hot.
need for a feeding trough? S plus feeding trough, raw metal, thatch, and wood. A lot of wood.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me.
So this mess of wyverns and things is Jamie's stuff raising. Doesn't it very fast? Not even at 1% yet. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the next little while, is babysitting this Reaper baby until it gets to 10%. I can eat off a trough. And then I just go wait for it to grow up.